Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's me, it's Nettie from Mindful Patchwork. And this video today is going to introduce you to this pattern, which is project number 32 in my quilt project of 2026. If you've seen some of the videos before, you'll know that this year I set myself a challenge to destash my boxed and unboxed quilt kits from my stash. And I'm going to do that by making them, not selling them, making them. Can you believe it? So I've identified 36 that I need to make, and that's going to make a huge dent in my sewing room, give me much more space to fill with more quilt kits. Who knows? Anyhow, I'm counting down from project 36 right down to 1 so I can keep a track of where I am. I'm aiming really to do 3 every month. And so far I've done that in January. I only started mid-January. Done that in January. I'm not quilting them. I am just making the quilt tops, and then they're going to be stored ready to be quilted and put the binding on at a later date. Probably next year. That might be Quilt Challenge 2027. Who knows? Anyway, so project number 32 is the Stuart Hillard New Mexico quilt that I purchased from Sewing Street. I think it was last year. Very, very reasonably priced. I would say this is a confident beginner's quilt pattern, purely because it's only really very simple patchwork, half square triangles, lots of them though, and also just a centre square that's got strips around it. So, and the block, if you see the block, this is the actual block here, and it's just turned around and put on point. But in this pattern as well, you do get some foundation paper pieces that you can copy to make the side triangles and the corner triangles to finish the quilt off. The pattern is actually includes the pattern for one pillowcase as well. So I decided when I make this, I'm not going to do individual half square triangles because I've worked out there's a lot. So I'm going to use the Magic 8 version of making half square triangles. So I've worked out that, let me just have a look on the notes because I did a lot of scribbling on the pattern last night when I was working out. Because to do the Magic 8, I will need to cut it slightly different so that the finished size of these are 2 inches, unfinished 2.5. So I need to cut, I'm going to work on a 6.25 inch square for the first 4 blocks, because there's 4 blocks in here. There's 4 of 3 type of pattern and 1 centre block that's completely different. So there's 4 blocks you've got to cut. So I need to match the background with different colours to do the sets of the outer half square triangles, and then I need, for the inner half square triangles, I need to match others. So I can't just do like a load of them. So I've had to work out how many squares that I need to cut as a starting point to make the Magic 8. Now don't worry if you don't know what Magic 8 is, you've never heard of it. I'm going to do another video as I go on and do that, so we'll show you how that works, okay? But I'm thinking I'm going to be making 8 at a time, and all I'll be doing is 1, 2, 3, 4 seams and then cutting them open. I'll have 8 to do, so it's going to save me having to draw that diagonal line on every pair of half square triangles. So it's going to save me a lot of time. So I've worked out I need to do 3 squares each for 1 block, and that's going to give me excess half square triangles, quite a substantial amount. So I might have enough half square triangles to make a matching cushion or a couple of cushions, or even to make a bed runner or something. So I think I'm going to have extra half square triangles left over. So anyway, you can see my scribbles there. I've done scribbles, and I will put the picture on a bit closer. And I've done that just really because I was just trying to work everything out last night. I had a good look at the pattern. It's very straightforward. If you've done patchwork before, half square triangles, it's very straightforward. And on the back, Stuart's actually given you. Now I need to join these together, so I'm going to copy these, cut them out, and do the foundation paper piece as well. That's going to be a nice end to the project. So I'll do a video on that as well. So the skills in this are really half square triangles. You're going to have your sashing and your cornerstones, and you've got some foundation paper piecing as well, and also learning to put a quilt on point rather than just squares and that. So it's going to be interesting, but it technically can be sewn up quite quickly, but I just want to make sure that all these half square triangles are spot on. And I think if I use the Magic 8 version, there's going to be no problem with that at all. I still might have a bit of squaring up to do, but I think it's going to be really good if I do it that way. Just give you a quick show of the fabric. So we have a navy one that is going to be for the center block with some other colors, and then this is the background fabric. It's a beautiful buttery cream. I think it's Lewis and Irene cottons. There's a lot there, but you need a lot. Now I've split the fabrics up into the colors of each of the 3 blocks, the main 3 blocks, because I've got to make 4 of the main 3 and then 1 for the center. Okay, so that's going to be 1, and then that's going to be 2, and that's going to be 3. So they're going to be the 3 different colorways. Let me go back to this pattern here. The 3 different colorways of the main blocks. So you've got 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. Okay, and I need to make 4 each of those. And then this one here, I know the navy's used in that, and they're recommending like terracotta and yellow, or that really deep yellow for there. So I'll probably do that for the middle one as well, and then just use whatever's left over for that. So that is project number 32. So I hope you will subscribe to my channel, and if you can also click the notifications button or bell so that you can get a notification every time we post some new video content. Please follow along. As I said, there are some other, I think there's 4 or 5 videos nearly now that are going to go up about the previous projects going back to the beginning, which is project 36. If you'd like to know more about the pattern or about the fabrics used, post in the comments below. And I'll give you regular updates, and then the next video after this with regards to this project will be a final finishing video just to show you what I learned from the process and give you any hints or tips. So please join me in my journey throughout 2026, and I'll see you soon for project 31.